back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my favorite holiday, Halloween. Oh, I love Halloween so much. Look at me. I got dressed up for this video. Kind of. Look, see, I have my lovely Halloween shirt. This is from Target, the kids department. I got it like a really, really long time ago. And I love it so much, and it fits me perfectly, as you can see. I got all dressed up, like, look, like, I braided my hair, you know, my hair is, like, not curly, it's, like, pinned straight, but I braided my hair last night, and I put, like, some mousse in it, so, like, it's all curly, and I look like, I probably look the best I'm ever gonna look on this channel, because, like, I'm not really supposed to look good on this channel, you know, like, I'm supposed to be a poor doctor, and that's what I am, so, but I got dressed up because I love Halloween so much. Halloween is my favorite holiday on the face of the earth. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. And I celebrate it all week long. I don't know if anybody else does this, but like when it's your birthday, do you celebrate your birthday like all week long? Because I do. I mean, like, not that, like, I don't go out every day, birthday week, but, like, I personally celebrate my birthday all week long, you know, like, I do things for myself all week long for my birthday, and then, like, a couple days here and there throughout the week, I'll celebrate with various people. Halloween is the same way, and, actually, in this description, in the description box below, I'm gonna leave my session plan for Halloween that I did, like what songs I did and what the goals were behind those songs, because I love Halloween and I went full out with my sessions, especially during my internship, because yeah, I don't think well, it wouldn't have been appropriate to do it at my practicum. Let's just put it that way. So, why don't we dive in and talk a little bit about it, because you all know that I'm Armenian, and at this point, many people know that my parents are old-fashioned. Gee, I wonder what they have to say about Halloween. Not good things, that's for sure. So, okay, so growing up, my mom did take me trick-or-treating. She actually made me an outfit, like, she's not very crafty, but she made me an outfit, and I was so cute in it, just saying. I actually won my first award, as cutest costume. Back when I was in high school, actually, I almost won cutest costume yet again. So that's what I mean. Like, it was my first time winning cutest costume, but I was pretty darn cute. Let's just put that out there. And my mother made the costume. Like, she is not a crafty person, but it looked good from the pictures that I saw. So anyway, so we went to a costume party, obviously, in that respect, and then my mother took me trick-or-treating when I was little. The first time I remember going trick-or-treating, and this is kind of embarrassing, I want to say like 3 or 4, and I went with my friend, and my friend, she knows who she is, and she's great, and she's old. She's a year older than me, which now doesn't really matter, but like when you're 3, it matters, because like when you're 3, 4-year-olds in some regard are like giants, and the people I was trick-or-treating with were giants. Their legs were longer, their feet were bigger, and they could walk faster, and they could jump higher, and they could do all these things and get the candy first, and it was very, very annoying and frustrating. And I didn't really wear the most comfiest of shoes either, because like I didn't want to mess up, and this is a struggle I currently still deal with, I didn't want to mess up my costume. Like, I wanted to look fabulous, and I wanted to look official, and you can't be wearing like sneakers dressed up as Tinkerbell, and that's who I was, which I hate Tinkerbell. She's like my least favorite character, which is kind of funny that I dressed up as her back then. So anyway, that's kind of like the sort of the synopsis of my town when I was growing up. When I was a kid, it was very hilly. And I often wanted to look official, like dressed up, look official, look gorgeous. And those Disney store costumes, first of all, they were gorgeous and they cost a fortune, but they're not really meant for trick-or-treating on the Northeast corridor, because like these costumes, I don't know if any of you have dressed up as princesses, but I've always dressed up as Cinderella. Little Mermaid's my favorite princess, but I've always dressed up, you know, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Jasmine, you know, and wearing these Disney store costumes, and they're not really meant to go trick-or-treating in October here on the East Coast, Northeast corridor, because like there's times when October is really, really nice and beautiful and warm, but for some reason, every single time Halloween comes around, the temperature drops, and like you can't be wearing like loose, like light clothing Halloween. Like you have to wear a jacket. It gets cold. And that was really, really annoying for me. So, you know, that happened a lot, and, you know, the shoes that come with the outfit, yet again, are not the most comfiest shoes, and I didn't want to wear comfy shoes, because that would have just, like, broken the outfit. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, it was a big struggle, and the last time I went trick-or-treating was the best time, because I actually don't really like trick-or-treating. I don't like the idea of, I like the idea you go around to your neighbor's house, and that's, you know, people think, oh, it's crazy trick-or-treating, you know, but like, you're supposed to go, at least in my opinion, you're supposed to go around to the neighbors' houses. Like, you're supposed to go around to people you know, right? You go around to their houses. At least that's what I thought. And then I found out later that there's tricks to getting the best candy and going to neighborhoods that you don't necessarily live in, and I didn't know any of this. Growing up, I thought you just trick-or-treated and then you saw your neighbors and they gave you candy, and that was the end of that. So once I found out that there's this, like, you know, whole process to getting the best candy and going to strangers' houses and wearing clothes, like, who wears clothes on Halloween? You're supposed to wear a costume. I hate the people that go and, like, the teenagers that wear the sweatshirts and they're dressed in clothes. Like, no, that is not, just go home. Just, no. Like, go trick-or-treating on another day, okay? Because you're not in a costume. I'm not giving you candy. Like, so anyway, but once that all happened, I was like, I am done trick-or-treating. And my last time trick-or-treating was the best time trick-or-treating, because I didn't want to go trick-or-treating anymore. I really wanted to go to the parties. And still to this day, I love Halloween parties, and I'm going to be hosting all the parties at my big house. Not this house, but at my big house. And I cannot wait. My Halloween party is going to be full-fledged, all out. And I love Halloween parties because it allows you to actually dress like full out in the costume, and you're inside, so you don't have to worry about the weather, and it's a beautiful thing, and you can wear cute outfits, and, you know, and the older you get, the more skin you show in the outfits, and I'm loving every minute of it because I work really hard on my body, so I show it off whenever I get a chance to. And I love wearing, I like wearing black, tight items. And it's nice to wear it on Halloween because then you don't get judged for it. That's all I'm saying. So it's beautiful and it's great, and I love Halloween. Now, I kind of talked about this, I don't really like candy aspect of Halloween. I actually don't like candy. I don't have a sweet tooth. I wouldn't say I hate candy, because there are some times, like, when I draw blood and I, like, need a Swedish fish, you know, or, like, there was one time I had a Reese's peanut butter cup, yet again, after I drew blood. This was back before I was on any crazy diet. But, like, yeah, so, I don't want to say I hate candy, but, like, it's not really my thing. Like, I want chips. I want, you know, tortilla chips and avocado, and, like, that's what I want. Or, you know, hummus and like some salad, like hummus and a wrap, tortilla, like anything crunchy, like chips. I love it. Hummus, like that's like my downfall food, you know? And I like peanut butter and I like oatmeal cookies. And so I like certain sweet things, but that's like peanut butter isn't necessarily chocolate, you know, there's a difference, or oatmeal cookies isn't necessarily Swedish fish, you know, so like I do like my sweet foods, but they're not like on the same level as candy is, so I don't really have that type of sweet tooth when I eat like sweet foods. So anyway, so when I went trick-or-treating, my favorite item was actually the little pretzels, and I still buy them for myself. I go to the dollar store and I buy the Halloween pretzels when they're half price, by the way, after Halloween, and I love it. Another Halloween thing, because I did talk about how I don't really like candy, one thing though that I do like Halloween candy is candy corn. I love candy corn, and everybody tells me, everybody's like, oh, like candy corn's disgusting. Well, do you know what candy corn is made out of? Like Branch's candy corn, the little pumpkins, and that's the kind I eat. I don't like the regular candy corn. I don't like the Indian candy corn. I don't like the mix harvest candy corn. I like the pumpkins. And if anybody reads the package, what is candy corn actually made out of? For the most part, it's made out of honey. Okay, like honey and sugar. So if you don't like honey, you're not going to like candy corn. Apparently, a lot of people don't like honey because a lot of people don't like candy corn. But I'm Middle Eastern. I like honey. I'm plant-based, so I can eat honey and no regret. You know, I'm not vegan, so I don't have to deal with that issue. But like, I know I don't necessarily think that candy corn falls into the plant-based category, but neither do chips. And I'm talking about my downfall foods here because we're not perfect. But I love candy corn. I will go again to the dollar store and buy. I don't buy this half price because I don't want it in the house, but I will treat myself and I will buy like a bag of pumpkin candy corn from the dollar store for $1, and I get it on season, you know, in the beginning of October, and then I eat the candy corn. I eat the little pumpkins. I only have 4 of them, 3 to 4, and I eat them when I'm getting my period because I need the sugar and it's so satisfying. But yeah, but I do buy, that's like the one item that I buy not off season because I don't really want them in the house. So I just buy one bag, treat myself, and once it's done, and that's the end of that. So like, hey, that's how I treat myself. Another wonderful thing about Halloween parties is, of course, this is just water, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's so great, and you get to experiment and mix the potions. I love like mixing food. Like, I don't really make a lot of smoothies at the moment. I'm waiting, you know, like when the farmer's market's open, I make a lot of smoothies because I have a lot of fruits and vegetables. But like when the farmer's markets are not open, I can't really blend vegetables that could be used for dinner, you know, because I'm on a budget. So, but I do really like mixing and making potions and making like green smoothies, and you know, and when you factor in a little fun things, it makes it so, oh, it's so great. And then you could do the Jello, like, you know, when I have a party, I'm definitely gonna do like Jello, and I'm gonna do that like weird, you know how like the medical field where they have like the syringe shots, like totally all about that. All about the spaghetti and the meatballs, you know, because that's like the meal. I saw this one like platter where it was Frankenstein's face, and they had chips, and it was like Frankenstein's face made a dip. That was really cool. Oh, I love it. So anyway, that's like the story. And when Halloween is on, of course, I celebrate Halloween even when it's during the week. I don't really care. I bounce back. And so like this year, for example, well, I guess last year. Yeah, last year because it was on a Thursday, which I guess you could still go out Thursday. So let's like back it up. Let's pretend that it's on a Tuesday. So when it's on a Tuesday, like one of my favorite things to do is watch a movie and then, you know, have some things, treat yourself, and then sometimes I go, you know, go out. And like, it does depend on who you're with, because some people don't really like to go out, like, on the weekends. But, like, I've gone out with my roommates before. Sometimes we'll go to Chipotle, and you know that they have the, you can get it for half price. It's a really long line to wait in, but, like, if you want to do it, Mexican food is a wonderful food to have on Halloween, just saying. That's my preferred food to have, because like you eat something like really spicy, you have Mexican food, the avocado, the chips, and it's really spicy, and then, you know, then you have candy corn to wash it down. It's a beautiful thing, and then you can have lots and lots of green drinks, and it goes with I love Mexican food on Halloween. Is like the best thing on the face of the earth. Yes, but anyway, I celebrate it. I celebrate it all week long. I do things for myself to celebrate. I do things with other people to celebrate, and I love every single minute of it. And one of these days, I'm going to have a banging party. Of course, I'm going to host all the holidays, but Halloween's my favorite, so it's going to be the ultimate party with all the things. Moving on though, because I am Armenian and my parents are very traditional, and yes, my mother did take me trick-or-treating, but my father was anti-Halloween, and he still is anti-Halloween, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So my church, you know, they do cater, the Armenian church, we always cater to the youth, or at least attempt to, because, most of the population in the Armenian church are older, so we tend to cater to the youth, and that means doing a little Halloween parade, or like having a Halloween party at church. A lot of times our church bazaar, every church has it at different times, but my home church has their bazaar on Halloween weekend, or like the weekend before Halloween weekend. So like they do technically celebrate Halloween, the church, just to let you guys know. My dad is anti-Halloween. He is the one that believes it's a devil worship holiday, and I thought he was crazy like the first time, because I talked about how wonderful, how much I love Halloween, how much I love dressing up and looking all cute, and then, you know, the older I got, the more scandalous the outfits got, and it was a beautiful thing, and I love that. And he was like, you shouldn't be celebrating, it's devil worship. And he was the first one that said that to me, and I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's devil worship. Like, our church does stuff on Halloween. Like, our church bazaar is like Halloween weekend. Like, our church has a Halloween pageant. Like, what do you mean? And I never heard somebody say that before. And then he said it, and then I realized that it, like, actually, a lot of people don't celebrate it. Like, I went to Istanbul in October, and they had no Halloween decorations, like, whatsoever, you know. In Canada, I had a professor that came from Canada. Again, she was on the older side. I don't really know where in Canada she was from, but she was, again, one of those that, like, didn't know about Halloween, they didn't really celebrate it there. I don't even know if they even celebrate it in Armenia, to be honest. I'm sure it's probably similar to Istanbul, where it's like not really a thing, maybe, I don't know. But that was like crazy to me. Like, what are you talking about? Why don't you celebrate this wonderful holiday? And then once I figured that out, I did a little bit of research, and I know, you know, what really is Halloween, and like, why do we get dressed up? And you guys can research it as well. But, you know, the day after Halloween, the 2 days after Halloween, we have the Day of the Dead, right? And there's a lot of people think that it's just November 1st, but no, it's November 1st and November 2nd. One is for children and one is for adults. And I thought that that was kind of a really good celebration, you know, where you like celebrate people who have passed. You celebrate their spirits. I'm like, I don't really understand how that's devil worship, you know. And then Mischief Night, All Hallows Eve, like Halloween Eve, you know, that's again, like, I guess the spirits are kind of coming out and they're a little, like, disheveled. But again, I didn't necessarily think that that was a bad thing. But I don't know, some people don't celebrate it, and I'm sorry. Like, all the things that I love about Halloween, like the dressing up, the, doing naughty things, the mischief, the mystic, even like the unknown, these like, listen, like souls, if you have like a ghost, or if you believe in ghosts and they're mad, like I'm firmly, I don't know if I necessarily like believe in ghosts, but what I do believe is that if there is a soul, like if you're watching a scary movie and there is a ghost out to get you, like hands up, because this is a creature that can do all the things, and you just, your hands up and you let them take you, because there is nothing that you can do. Like, what's that movie with the one, It? Like that, like, hands up. Like, I'm giving up, because, like, you're a ghost and you're a cruel spirit, mystical creature type thing, and you have all these powers that clearly I don't, and you know what powers I have, because I'm human, like, hands up. But, yeah, but like, anyway, so I don't know, I think that spirits in general, like, I'm not even gonna try to fight you, okay, like, but yeah, but I didn't really think of it as like devil worship, you know, it's just like spirits are, if you do want to get into the whole spirituality part of Halloween, like spirits are, they're just coming out to play, and I don't know, I mean, maybe their play isn't necessarily appropriate, but I do lots of things that aren't appropriate also, so it's okay. Like, you know, as long as you're not hurting me, and if you do have a problem with me, like, I'm not fighting. So, but I don't know, I love getting dressed up, I love the food, I actually love the food, I'm not a foodie, and I like the food, and I love, you know, all the beverages, I love the mischievous, like, unknown, it's just really cool. So if for some reason, like, you can't celebrate Halloween and you do like those things, you know, create a holiday or do things, like, Christmas is kind of, but I mean, it's a little bit more pure, but for Christmas, think about it, we do get dressed up in our pajamas, at least I do, you know, you might not have Mexican food, but, like, you know, you do eat comfort food, you do have some eggnog and some stuff to drink, you know, so, like, Christmas could be, or any other holiday could be an equivalent to all the things that I enjoy about Halloween, but I think the reason why I like Halloween the most is because it's weird, it's mystical, there's lots of spirits, and you do have to remember that Armenians were pagans before we were Armenians, so I think for me personally, it's like my pagan side sort of coming out for one day, and it's fun, and it's cool, and yeah, and I wonder who else Armenian loves Halloween, like, because I do wonder if, like, you know, because we've been, I know this is like a very spiritual, crazy idea, but like sometimes I do wonder that, you know, we're first Christian nation, okay, so it happened a really long time ago, but we were pagan even longer than that, and sometimes I wonder if, like, some of those traits spiritually are still with us, so I wonder who else loves Halloween as an Armenian, and I wonder if they kind of, coordinate it to back back in the day when we were pagans. But I do believe a lot of people don't like Halloween who are Armenian, because we are a first Christian nation and we get bashed for it a lot and we get kind of pushed by the wayside a lot. So I totally understand if like you don't think that way, because it could become a negative thing. And I don't really say it to many people because I am proud to be Christian. I really am. I just love getting wild and crazy and wearing scandalous clothing and drinking beverages that are a little different colors and wearing sparkly pumpkins and eating candy corn and Mexican food. And I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Second favorite holiday, in case you were curious, is actually an Armenian holiday, Pum Parigentan, which is Fat Tuesday, but it occurs on Sunday, the Sunday before Lent starts. That's my second favorite holiday, in case you guys were curious. But Halloween forever and always will be my favorite holiday. I go all out. I will continue to go all out. I just love all the things about Halloween. And I am not a devil worshiper, okay? I like the fact that it's gothic and it's unknown and it's creepy and it's weird. And you can do all these naughty things, and it's like there's no, well, you know, there's always, you always get punished for naughty things, but like there's certain things that are okay to do on Halloween, and I love taking part in all of the things, and I just love it. It's a great holiday. It's really great. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween, because I certainly am going to go all out, and one of these days I'm going to host a banging party, and it's going to be great. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye!